Broadcom up 30% since last week's earnings report. Here to break it all down for us is MarketBeat analyst Thomas Hughes. Thomas, this is a really exciting time for Broadcom fans.
Yeah, it is. The earnings report was pretty good. It was mixed relative to the analyst sentiment or the analyst expectations, but they set the bar very high. And despite having mixed results, revenue grew 50%. That's pretty big. That's pretty good. And earnings grew by 30%. Earnings growth lagged a little bit, but there are some one-off factors that were impacting this quarter's earnings. But really what it is the forward outlook. The forward outlook for revenue growth is pretty robust and margins are expected to re-widen.
Yeah, I think that is what we're seeing in this stock surge right now. Is people just excited, investors excited about the future of this company.
Right. So the results kind of gave us some more confidence in the existing growth outlook. And then the company compounded that by giving a growth outlook or a forecast for an addressable market growth for custom chips. So that's just one small part of their business. But the forecast for custom chips is that the addressable market might reach 75 billion within the next 3 years. Now, if that's true and they capture that market, they're going to more than double their business in the next 3 years, which is a pretty good driver for stock prices.
Yeah, absolutely. We like to hear doubling. I think every investor likes that. Thomas, it's been a couple of months since we've even covered Broadcom on this channel. Why has this stock been kind of quiet for the past few months?
It's in position to capture some AI business, but it was kind of slow to get traction, unlike NVIDIA, which has been the real story for the last couple of years. But right now, what we're seeing is the AI spending, AI traction is starting to move outside from NVIDIA, where you need NVIDIA's chips in your data centers, but you need Broadcom's chips and Broadcom's software to run the data centers and to help scale your AI. So the two things kind of go hand in hand. Now that companies have secured their supplies or their future supplies of NVIDIA chips. Now they're securing their supplies of Broadcom products to make those chips work.
We talk a lot about competition in this AI field where everyone is growing so fast. Is Broadcom becoming a real competitor as much as NVIDIA?
Right. So part of the Broadcom story is their purchase of VMware last year. VMware is a software company. They specialize in the cloud. They're important for cloud infrastructure and for scaling AI and for implementing AI. And so that's where a lot of the growth is coming from. And that's where a lot of the forward outlook is coming from.
You've said a lot of different factors about AI where just investing in AI can be a little confusing. But
Right.
MarketBeat has a free special report out there right now. It's called Seven AI Stocks to Invest in and really how to invest in the whole AI industry. Check out our free special report by scanning the QR code or look in the comment for the link to that free report right now. Thomas, you talk about AI stocks and AI investing all the time. We talk about it quite a bit on this channel. And Broadcom is no exception. This is a company that we are going to continue to see a lot of growth. But I want to know just how much growth are analysts expecting for Broadcom?
Well, we're looking at a sustained high double-digit growth rate for the next couple of years. I think the forecast for next year is for another 50% growth. And one of the things that's really got the market excited with this long-term outlook for custom chip growth is that right now, Broadcom only sells to like two or three of the five or six major hyperscalers. So that's about half the hyperscale, half the data center market, and they could acquire the others over the next couple of years. And if they did that, that would significantly increase what is already a very robust market outlook.
Yeah, absolutely. And you just wrote an article talking about could the Magnificent Seven really become a Magnificent Eight? Do you think Broadcom has the capacity to potentially get to that major level?
Yeah, I think it did that on Monday. I think it gained another 5 or 6% just that day and has now reached the $1 trillion mark. I think that the acquisition of VMware and the lean into the software side of AI, along with the semiconductors, kind of establishes it along the lines of NVIDIA, which is also a full stack AI company. I think that Broadcom has established itself as central to AI, important to AI infrastructure, and a major player that will be significant for the next 5, 10, 15 years.
Yeah, well, Broadcom might already be trading at a new premium. Just how high are analysts expecting this stock to go?
Well, the analyst response has been pretty robust since the report came out. We've tracked at least a dozen revisions on MarketBeat's website. The consensus price target right now is lagging the market, but the revisions lifted the consensus by 15% overnight, and the high end range is pointing to 250, 255, which is another 10 to 15% upside. And I think that the way that momentum is building with the business and the expectation for future results, we should expect the revision trend to remain positive through next year and continue lifting the stock. Because one of the things that I've taken from the analyst chatter is that they're expecting more of the good news to come out in the second half of next year, which just sets us up for a really long and sustained analyst upgrade cycle that could last well into 2026.
And when we're talking about so much excitement over future outlook and future growth for this company, does that mean a lot of the moves behind the stock price surge right now are really those long term investors jumping in? Or is there still some short term gains coming in on this stock right now?
I would say it's some of both. There's definitely an uptrend in play that short-term traders were able to capture. They're probably going to start taking profits pretty soon. The long-term investors are also in this stock. I would assume that the long-term investors would wait for the stock price to pull back a little bit from these new highs before they start putting in more money.
Do you think that pullback is really just inevitable when we see a surge this big?
Well, yeah, it's part of market mechanics. When it happens, where it happens, how deep it gets is the question in that regard. But a pullback will happen. It's just a matter of when it happens, what causes it, and if you're ready for it when it happens.
All right. Thanks so much for the analysis today, Thomas. And thank you for watching MarketBeat. You can find out more about Broadcom on our channel. Here's a look at a previous video we've done. Let us know what you think in the comments. We'd love to hear what your play is on this stock, or maybe what plays you've made on this stock in the past, too. Thanks again for watching MarketBeat. And as always, happy investing.